weird guy to be Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, isn't he? Just sitting there like he just won Junior Apprentice, like, hey. He is so fucking little, man. And I'm not just talking height, I'm talking body frame, just tiny little... I think, Rishi, you should like wear a puffer jacket or something, a P&G, just like... You know, like animals just try and create a sense of size. Like, you just, don't know, hit the grenade bars, bulk up a little bit, something. And then he brings back David Cameron. Now, whatever you think about David Cameron, he's a fucking unit, he's a big man, you know? And at least he could go on all the rides at Alton Towers. Like, Rishi's doing teacups, isn't he? He's doing teacups all day long. Teacups and the Caterpillar roller coaster. That'd be the thing. And it must be weird for other world leaders just to have to deal with him. Poor old Joe Biden. I mean, he doesn't know shit from clay at the best of times, does he, Joe? Like, if there's a world leaders summit, he must be like, is there a small boy in here? Is there a small boy running around who's asking me about F-16? I swear to God, a little small boy running around. Little Asian boy. Could have been a Mexican. I don't know anymore. I don't know anything. He's got beautiful hair. I'll say that. He's got beautiful... I might sniff his hair. No, Joe, do not. No more sniffing, Joe. You said you wouldn't. You promised, man. He's so fucking old. I mean, like... The thing is, Trump could win. And this is the thing about Trump. I think he's a prick, but he's good at it. He is absolutely got it down to a fine art. Did you see that photo of him? When he got arrested the first time, he was like... You're like, where's he pulled that out? That's an incredible photo. If you did the same with Joe Biden, he'd be facing the other way, wouldn't he? Just be like Joe. You know what I mean? Trying to get a baby and look at the cameraman. He's just very old. I mean, there's no getting around it. He's that kind of old where, you know, like older men in your family, where when they have a nap after Sunday lunch, you're like, is this it? You know, you're like, is this? Oh, no, he's moving, it's fine. That kind of old. He's so old, he's the first president you could assassinate by not gritting the outside of the White House. You could just take him out. The Tories, man, they've had a real time of it, haven't they? It just sort of feels like they want to be out of power sometimes. Like they saw that 2019 general election victory as some sort of Brewster's Millions style challenge. Like, you've got 80 seats, can you lose them all in 5 years? Like, you're on. Yeah, we're going to make it creative as well. We're going to have a bloke called Pincher who's a bit handsy. A geezer called Bone who exposed himself. We're going to really go to town with this. Liz Truss tried to make a comeback recently. Has she forgotten that she is Liz Truss? I mean, that seems to be the only, like that lettuce thing, that was you. That was about you. I was just checking, because it's weird that you were trying to come back this soon. Too soon, Liz, just too soon. It'd be like Hugh Edwards going on the next series of Miles Singer, wouldn't it? It'd be like... Take it off. Oh my God, put it back on. You can't just come straight back like that, Hugh. You got to do the jungle or something, mate. You got to talk about depression with H from Steps or something like that. Like, you can't come straight back on Masked Singer, mate. Like, I mean, it was a weird year last year, wasn't it? We had Hugh, then we had Phil. I mean, I'll say this about Philip Schofield. At least he left us with a phrase, right? Unwise, but not illegal. Well done, Phil. You smashed that, mate. The entry-level requirement for all human conduct. Well done. Kind of thing a bloke would say to his wife after coming back from a stag do that got out of hand. Babe, what happened there? It was unwise, but it wasn't illegal. In the country we were in. Definitely be illegal here. It's just mad what's happening. I mean, the thing is, I don't think Rishi got a hospital pass, didn't he? I don't think that he could... I don't think he can turn it round. There's not really any more cards left that he could play. I suppose he could play the race card, and I'll allow for that awkward moment there because I'm aware, I'm not racist, but apparently I look like I might have dabbled. That's the... got a sort of fresh from the cenotaph sort of look, you know? Kind of guy you last saw jumping over ticket barriers at Wembley Stadium. Doing Charlie off his knuckles behind the Sky Sports presenter. No, I'm just saying, right? Politics is a dirty business. You've got to play whatever hand you've got. I would say do an attack ad, because the thing Rishi's got going for him, young people, their biggest fear is of seeming to be racist for even a second of their life, right? I say weaponise that fear, okay? It's cynical, but do it. Like, I'd have an attack ad. On the left hand is Keir Starmer. On the right is Rishi Sunak. I'd have a voiceover going, at the next general election, for the first time in British history, you've got a chance to vote for a Prime Minister of colour. And you're going to vote for the 60-year-old white guy? Okay. I think there's a word for that. Vote Labour, vote racist. That's what I'd say. Very cynical. Very, very cynical. Pure weaponised attack advert. That's what I would say. It's going to be Labour, isn't it? It's going to be Labour. It doesn't terrify me like it did, but I wish they'd have to do something active to win it, rather than it being sort of like bequeathed to them like some sort of surprise inheritance of a mad uncle, you know? Like, I mean, they're like winning by-elections big without really standing for much. It's sort of like your wife saying, I'm leaving you for another man, and you going, what's his name? And her going, I don't know yet. Guess it'll be someone. Just not you, maybe. And like, it's because the SNP and the Tories have basically kind of destroyed themselves and each other. So the whole thing reminds me of the final scene of Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, you know? It's just carnage everywhere. And in the middle is Keir Starmer with a couple of bags going, if I'm not mistaken, I think we're in the cloud. His fucking voice, man. I know, like, politics should be about more than that, but every time that man speaks, he's like... Now, yeah, it's not the most evolved satire you're going to hear this year, but it's just a bit boring. I mean, like, I know some of you might say, well, Geoff, we had a charismatic Prime Minister in Boris. Look what happened there, and I think that's a fair point. But it feels like we're going to go all the way the other side to a fucking dry cheese sandwich of a man. The human manifestation of Nando's lemon and herb. A decaffeinated tea bag on legs. The kind of guy that would go to an Amsterdam stag do and actually see a museum. Guardian readers go, what's wrong with that? All right, mate, he's still going to win the election, mate, don't I mean, I respect that. Like, you know we're recording, but that must be some serious beer bladder or a terrible, terrible cocaine addiction. The other one? What's the third one? Oh, you just outed him as having gear on him. I mean, the problem is in Stevenage, then now there'll be a conga line of people following him to the toilet. Right, he's holding. Right, fuck this guy. I mean, like... Look, I'm just saying, mate, I'm just saying that I know that, like, a lot of people are keen to get the Tories out, right? And when the Tories do get voted out, I think people have a bit of a party, they'll have a laugh, some of the sort of more high-profile ones, they'll enjoy them losing their seat. But I don't think many Labour voters are excited about Labour coming in, because they're not going to do anything that progressive, you know, they haven't got any radical agenda, they're not going to do anything about drugs laws, right? You know, you'd have thought if that was going to happen, it would have happened under Boris. It's not going to happen under Keir. Oh, just had a right beano. You know, he's I thought it was a sugar-free one, but just got to sit down. And that's the weird thing, is the British public are ahead of the two main parties when it comes to decriminalisation. But one area we're generally more conservative is the death penalty. There was a Tory MP that said he thought it should be brought back for the most heinous crimes, and the Liberal press were all like, who thinks this? I mean, really, who thinks this? In 2024, who thinks this? I was like, quite a lot of my family. And not even for the worst stuff, man. I'm talking like for trivial shit. Like for people parking outside of their house. Not the driveway, just the bit of street they can see. They think they own that for some reason, I don't know why. Maybe, you know, look, call me woke, but I don't want to bring back the death penalty. However, if we were going to do it just for things that get on your tits, I could think of a couple of things, you know? Maybe for people that haven't yet worked out, you can pull the petrol hose over to the other side of the car. Okay? I'll shoot those pricks in the face, yeah. And what about also people that take far too long to locate and take their seat on a plane? I don't know what happens to people. They just get in there and they just lose it, don't they? Lose all their confidence. Just... And you're looking over their shoulder going, I can see it, it's 10F. I can see, I can help you. It's 10F. It's 10, I don't know, maybe a bit down there and a bit over there. I don't know, like you've had 2 hours in the departure lounge where you could have thought this through really, but no, you're walking like you're stuck in a fucking maze. It's 10F. It's 10F, yeah? Do you know numbers and letters? Put those skills together and take your fucking seat! I mean, let's be honest, right? Even if you are in favour of the death penalty, who's going to do it? I mean, don't get in Stevenage, it's probably a little. Geoff, I'll do it unpaid. It will be like running a scout group. But realistically, how in this economy, you can't even get people to pick strawberries for 15 quid an hour. Who the fuck is going to be a state-sponsored killer? What would the advertising campaign look like? I was born in Sunderland, but I was made by my love of microwaving animals as a kid. Mate, I don't know, man. Maybe, like the death penalty, like in the cancel culture age, it would be very of its time, you know? What could be more cancel culture than just hanging a bloke, you know? Come outside the Gordon Gray tonight on that walkway, there's some geezer strung up from a fucking lamppost. You're like, Jesus Christ, what did he do? What did he do? He misgendered somebody on the One Show is what he did. I dare say he got off lightly.